Welcome back to Best to Watch. Sex and nudity are the two things that really sell. We've got a huge amount of data to support this belief. Sadistic porn, raunchy movies, and erotic novels have time and again proven that human beings are driven by needs. And if they're not able to meet the quotient in real life, they use art and other mediums to feel turned on and aroused. From psychological theories to healthy flirtations and romantic notions, everything comes down to sex. At Best to Watch, we combine the top 10 times actors got real on camera, so let's get to it. Number 10. Chloe Sevigny Vincent Gallo, The Brown Bunny.
The Brown Bunny, o longa escrito, dirigido, produzido e atuado por Vincent Gallo.
Chloe Sevigny has a reputation of being the coolest girl in the world, according to the New Yorker magazine in 1994, and she's done a lot of really cool stuff in her 20-plus year career as an actress, fashion designer, and model. One of the most fascinating aspects of her career was the famous scene in the 2003 movie The Brown Bunny, in which her character, known only as Daisy, performed actual fellatio on her counterpart in the movie Vincent Gallo. This actually caused a lot of backlashes, and some critics believed her career would never recover from that. But she never ceased to be the coolest girl in the world, and it didn't stop her or her career in the slightest. Even the legendary Roger Ebert said that despite all her eccentricities, she's unforgettable and her character brought specialness to the movie. Number 9. Robert Pattinson, Little Ashes.
If I'm going to be anything more than average, if anyone is going to remember me, then I need to go further in art, in life, in everything.
Robert Pattinson is well known as a star in the Twilight series and had plenty of make-believe action between the sheets in that movie. But Rob did end up doing a naughty scene for real in one movie. Though it isn't what you think. There was no other actress or actor involved other than Rob himself. In the 2008 film Little Ashes, there is a scene that called for Robert to have an orgasm, and he had a very real one indeed, using his hand as his perfectly obedient little partner. He is known as a great method actor, and I think this shows just how far he's willing to go to get the perfect shot he wants. Number 8. Shia LaBeouf, Stacey Martin, Nymphomania. Shia LaBeouf, an actor who has been quite heavily mocked in recent years due to his political activities and attempts at motivational videos. Either way, his iconic Just Do It video has clearly meant something else. In the movie Nymphomania, he and Stacey Martin apparently looked at the script, which was supposed to be loaded with CGI fakes and body doubles but was deemed too complicated to pull it off, and decided to just do it, as Shia LaBeouf frequently likes to shout. Of course, Stacey did say that it might not have happened, but that could have been a way to get out of all of the jokes she would have to endure. Number 7. Kristen DeBell, Alan Novak, Alice in Wonderland.
Alice, meet me under the gazebo in precisely 10 minutes.
Kristen DeBell was a Playboy cover girl, and Alan Novak was a notorious actor who was famous for playing Flash Gordon. The 1976 movie Alice in Wonderland was an R-rated take on that was not supposed to be a hardcover film. The sex in it was quite real, and the oral sex that she was supposed to perform on him went above and beyond what was expected. The movie itself was actually well received at the time, with the legendary Roger Ebert giving it a favorable review. It was also a financial blockbuster with a mere $400,000, 1976 money, in ranking it at $90 million at the box office. Number 6. Fionnuala Flanagan, Chris O'Neill, James Joyce Women.
But you've no idea what it was like for me to be thrown into the life of that man.
Fionnuala Flanagan is an Irish actress who appeared in both Star Trek spin-offs and Star Wars spin-offs, The Ewok Adventure, and Chris O'Neill was a comedy actor whose biggest roles came after this film. The 1985 film, James Joyce Women, was a story between two lovebirds in 19th century Ireland, where they end up with some rather scandalous-looking scenes, by 19th century standards, and the sex they had, the ultimate scandal of the 19th century, premarital sex, happens on screen. I'm guessing the poetic way he approached it, which would have been really sappy even by 1980 standards, would have really blown away most ladies back in the 1880s. Number 5. Halle Berry, Billy Bob Thornton, Monsters Ball.
Only reason I'm here so you can say goodbye to your son.
The 2001 film Monsters Ball was a film featuring the riveting romance between a widowed corrections officer and the widowed wife of a man that he had to execute as part of his job, all of this without any of them knowing about it. It's that kind of awkward movie, and it had equally awkward naughty scenes in it too. But a lot of people really believe that the scenes were actually real, And while no one has stepped forward to admit it, no one has denied it either. On top of that, there's even more speculation that the entire cast and everyone at set at the time had to make an agreement to never talk about what was really happening. Number 4, Lauren Lee Smith, Eric Balfour, Lie With Me. Lauren Lee Smith is a Canadian actress who is most famous for her role in CSI. Eric Balfour is an American actor who is famous for a slew of movies, such as What Women Want and the 2003 version of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, as well as TV shows like HBO's 6 Feet Under. Both of them had a lot of on-screen fake naughty scenes, which is what surprised audiences watching the movie Lie With Me, when the naughty scene seemed a little too real for movie magic to be involved. In fact, it was real. Unlike Monster Ball, everyone on set openly admitted that it happened for real this time, and wasn't some attempt to gain publicity. Number 3, Anita Pallenberg, Mick Jagger performance. Anita Pallenberg was an Italian actress, artist, and model, and was called the it girl of the 1960s and 1970s. Mick Jagger needs no introduction, he's a major rock star. Anyway, both of them were involved in a lot of bizarre stuff in their lifetimes, but nothing could have been more interesting than the 1968 movie performance, where not only did they actually have a naughty time with one another, but it was also an act of infidelity on screen since she was with Keith Richards' girlfriend at the time. It was also a rather tragic story since she was actually pregnant in 1968 at the time, and she had to have an abortion in order to get the role, something which she never forgot or forgave. Number 2, Julie Christie, Donald Sutherland, Don't Look Now. Another old-timey case of naughty scenes on the screen is in 1973, the film Don't Look Now, which had a scene between Donald Sutherland and Julie Christie, where they were supposed to have a fun time. However, the scene just kept going on and going far longer than the director wanted, and then he realized that, to use the words of Peter Bart, editor of Variety magazine, it was clear to me that they no longer were simply acting. They were doing it on camera. This was no exaggeration, they really did come out in 2011 in Bart's memoir and confirm that those two people really were doing it on screen. Number 1. Carrie Fox, Mark Rylance, Intimacy. Carrie Fox is an actress from New Zealand who is most famous for her role as Janet Frame in the movie An Angel at My Table. Sir David Mark Rylance Walters is an English actor who has more credentials than a stealth bomber. Together, they acted in the 2001 film named Intimacy that was based on the novel of the same name, and as you would expect from this, the intimacy that they showed on screen was quite real, as was the oral sex that was performed by Fox on Rylance. It seems that no matter how much movies advance in fake CGI and movie magic, when it comes to sex, that's the one thing that no simulation will ever fully capture. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. What's your favorite scene? Let us know about it in the comments, and if you haven't done so, already subscribe and click the bell to stay up to date with our latest top 10s at Best to Watch.